Welcome back to Up at Noon, the #1 Club Penguin show, where we talk about Club Penguin. We've got Club Penguin expert Andrew Goldfarb.
It's me.
There, chat. Are you happy? They're all talking about Club Penguin in there.
Oh, it shut down. It's so sad.
Oh, really? Did it?
Yeah, it's done.
I saw one of the funniest things. I laughed incredibly hard at this a couple weeks ago, but Kotaku did a story about people who were they were trying to see how fast they were speed running, getting banned on Club Penguins to see how fast. Like they're like,
I love that.
Hey everyone, it's me, Mark. Hi, Mark. I think that all, and then just gone. Anyway, we're not here to talk about Club Penguin. We're here to talk about Persona 5. You just reviewed the game. You gave it a 9.7.
Yeah, it's really good. It's
My God.
It's a very special, very, very, very good game.
So Persona
Highly
5
recommended.
is a JRPG where you are in high school, right?
Yep.
And you do some other stuff that's kind of magical and mystical and mysterious.
High school student by day and like saving the world by night.
Okay. Now it's got a 5 at the end of it. This is obviously is this the sequel to 4? Or is this a jumping on point for everybody?
It much like Final Fantasy, it's like there's no like continuity. So
Okay.
new story, new characters. There are like some Easter egg connections, but you're fine to jump in even if you've never played.
Cool. Well,
Persona.
yeah, you've got your review up on IGN, but we wanted to run down, kind of just in your experience, how this compared to actual high school. Obviously, managing your time as a student in Tokyo is a huge part of the game. And as you can see here, this is what the protagonist looks like. You play as this character. Do you have a name? You just choose your own name, right?
Yeah, you choose a name. There's like canon names, but from the manga
what's
and
the
stuff.
canon name?
His canon name in the manga so far is Akira Kurusu.
Okay.
But I don't know if that'll change the name.
Fair enough. But yeah, so you've got your day thing where you've got your phone and your uniform and you go to classes and everything. But then at night you go and you fight monsters and you do like weird, I don't know, mystical thief things. And here's what you did in high school, which was apparently go full Super Saiyan.
Okay, so the hair is sort of similar.
Yeah.
That's actually blood in that photo too. I got hit in the head.
Were you Guy Fieri?
I was mini guy. I was Guy Jr.
Oh, good.
All right.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Is that the canon protagonist name for Andrew Goldfarb, or did you choose your own?
At the time, I thought that bleach, I thought that style was really cool.
At the time it was, but that was like 20 years ago.
Before the fire came the flame.
Wow, look at that. You've reached a new form.
You look great
me.
now. So obviously your high school experience was very different than these boys.
Yeah, well, was it?
Well,
We're going to talk about
Yeah,
that
it
some more. So one of the key things is obviously there's a very just a mean, nasty teacher.
Yeah,
There's
he's a real mean man.
He's a real bad dude, and I mean how he compares to actual
like this man.
actual PE teachers is in reality a lot of PE teachers just kind of suck. What was your PE teacher like in high school?
So I moved a lot, so I had a few different ones, but they were all still kind of the same. Like they're just kind of this blur of 3 people who were like variations on a theme.
They got like whistles and weird pants
yeah,
and stuff.
and just always seemed tired. Like they were always like, I haven't had my coffee yet at like 3
you
p.m.
moved a lot with that hair?
Yeah, I know. They
Man,
let
that's
me
just exposing yourself to new punches every other month.
Yeah.
the hair
Sure.
change color in like different climates, or was it?
I tried to do like the cool, I'm gonna dye it blue with Kool-Aid. And
Yep.
it lasted for like a day, and I would miss
God,
big
you were
patches
that
in the
guy,
back.
huh?
Yeah, I'm the
Yeah,
worst.
so I went to the trouble of bleaching it entirely because I wanted to look like a Dragon Ball Z character, but not a
Same.
Super Saiyan. I wanted to look like Trunks, so I dyed it purple on top of that. But
Perfect.
getting it white enough to get the lavender to hold is really tricky.
I came downstairs once because I used to do it myself, like in the bathtub, and then I came downstairs once, and my mom was like, "Look at yourself. I'm gonna buy you a mirror." And I had just missed a huge patch of like this much of my hair.
Oh, and did you get it on like the backs of your ears and stuff?
Yeah,
Oh,
totally.
God.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, but in terms of teachers, I had a PE teacher. I had like this weird they were all sort of like weird bosses in their own way. There was one who was like 70 years old, and he was always like 2 weeks from retirement, and his offices smelled like cigars, which is a weird thing for a guy who's supposed to teach about health class.
Yep.
There was another one who was, she was kind of like a, I don't know, middle-aged woman, but everyone was like, dude, in the 80s she was in Playboy.
Oh, wow.
And so that was like the big rumor there. And then there was one who was just dumber than rocks. Like he was just like a young, regular, generic issue, dumb, like PE teacher. And I remember one time he's up at the blackboard, and he's like, it was before class, and he's like, he writes out abs, and he steps back and he looks at it. And he starts to erase it, but then he just writes dominals, so it just says abdominals, and I'm like, that's not the muscle group. You kind of had one job.
That's like when you have 3
teacher.
seconds to come up with a fake name.
Yeah.
I had a
funny in
history
this-
teacher who was like the meanest lady in the world, and one day before class, this guy came in, not this guy, he's just a dude. Not like
Just a random.
a villain appeared, and he, using chalk, drew like a 12-foot penis. Just I don't know if I can say that word. It's part of the human anatomy if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, like the abdominals.
Yeah, like the abdominals, like the pensis. And it was just 12 feet and just wailing, just really out there. And she came in and she taught an entire class in front of it without even seeing it. And we were just like,
Wow.
I don't want to tell you. Nah, I'm not going to tell you.
So
I'm not going to say a word. And at the very end, she noticed.
In Persona, is there anything like that?
Well, like penises on chalkboards,
or just any dumb teachers?
Not
or?
penises specifically. There's some of the monsters in this game look a little phallic.
Okay.
So you got a couple of those.
Realism.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Now, of course, a big part of being in high school is your social life, and in Persona, it's awesome. You have all these friends. I mean, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, there's all these different party members you recruit, and some of the women you can date, and you're kind of leveling up your relationship with them and learning new things and gaining skills based on like who you pursue spending
so
time
cool.
with.
And you got a talking cat, and you hang out on a roof. And
that's true.
Let's take a look at what you were like. All right. So I'm guessing you're just waiting for your friends and the talking cat to show up.
Exactly. I was just killing time until all those like beautiful women and,
you were the
and
punctual
talking cats.
one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is like probably one of the saddest photos I've ever seen. Like
because the cargo pants.
Well, it's just like I don't even know what are you having for dinner, like salt shakers.
So
the
would you
cargo
like
pants
another?
are not helping.
Would you like another water and some honey packets?
I feel like the jukebox is on, and it's just like I'm sorry.
Just playing all by myself.
All right, so obviously, with you and your friends in Persona, you go on these crazy adventures, and like you're going up against like terrifying demons, and you're fighting them and everything.
Yeah.
And like, did you do anything like that in high school?
I don't think so. I don't think
sure?
I got into any big.
You sure you didn't fight a bee with a
What is that? Where did you get these pictures? Thank you for agreeing
Honestly,
to our show.
I can kind of see why you like Persona so much. It kind of looks like it lines up with your high school experience.
Yeah, that's.
You have anime hair and you fought animals.
Yeah, that was, as you can tell, it was like really just ripped and muscular. So I was just, fighting off a lot of these.
You have a great smile for a dude that has historic levels of depression.
No, this is good though because clearly you did some research and you realized that B types are weak against shoes. So
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
using a special weapon there. Now moving on, obviously this is one thing that people love.
Can we show that picture again?
You want to see the bee again?
I just want to laugh more.
It's a good picture. Somebody
those were the
didn't like
days.
Little Miss Sunshine
Oh my god.
and or Blind Melon.
I want to like Photoshop all the attack things all over that.
All right,
Man.
so obviously another big part of Persona is the dating. You get some romance
I
options.
love where this is going.
Yeah, and you get all kinds of it's like ladies and
You're gonna pull a picture of me just making out with a bunch of different
totally.
girls.
Yeah. All right. The Nintendo DS. Your parents helped you set it up.
yeah. So I mean, obviously you're probably like you're probably texting like 3 girls.
Yeah,
Hey.
I had some facial hair coming in.
What
I
is
think it was a good
That
look.
looks really weird.
Holding my own head
This
in my
one
hand.
man
You
show
put
of
his
Hamlet.
head on his head.
Alas, poor Andrew. I knew myself well. Wow. Yeah. So
Hey,
yeah.
look. Let's be fair here. There are definitely girls in this picture. They're just on the wall.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and look how big their smiles are.
If you're okay with kissing posters, anything can be your girlfriend.
So anyway, I mean, we're joking about this, but like, it's cool. Like we all had miserable times in high school. Like, that's like we're joking around here, but like, it sucked.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Persona's like fun.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird how much we were talking. Zach was on Beyond yesterday. We were talking about how things that sound like they'd be really boring are actually fun. Like, because it's easy to be like, oh man, you can take tests and go home and study, and it's like that sounds terrible. But like the game's super fun. Like managing that stuff is actually like some of the appeal, and I feel like it works out really well.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of Bully in that sense. Like you have these odd little sort of side things where they're like, this is absolutely not like a chemistry test, but it's a weird little video gamey interpretation.
Right.
Of that.
Yeah.
That sounds
Totally.
awesome.
It's really cool. I'm playing Persona right now. I'm dying to get more into it. It seems like a really I get it now.
So good. It's just. I'm so excited for more people to play it. It's a really special game. It's just brilliant. Everything comes together really, really well.
So whether whether you're somebody that had a terrible
I'm
high
glad we're
school
leaving
experience,
this photo up too.
yeah, this is great. Whether you're someone that had a terrible high school experience or you're someone that just wants to play a cool video game, this sounds like it's great escapism. And you put how many hours?
Oof. I played it in Japanese and I played it in English, so I have the platinum in both. So it's like I'm at like 220, 230 hours.
220 hours?
Might even be more than that. Yeah, that's over the course of like 6.5 months though.
Okay, that makes it okay.
But on the plus side, you're dating.
Well, no.
You're not eating alone anymore.
Well, also still bad.
And you stopped killing that woman with a shoe.
That one, yes.
Great.
No,
All right.
no
It's a
hitting
victory.
women
There
with
we go.
shoes.
You finally beat that awful shoe demon or
Crushed it.
bee lady.